Entering the season, who would have thought that the Warriors were going to be flexing their muscles on top of the West before Klay Thompson even returned? They are loaded with weapons that can all shoot from the outside, but if you're going to ask me, I think this guy has been one of the biggest revelations for the Dubs this season so far. All he needs is a little bit of space, and he'll make a play.
Damion Lee straight away. Just knowing the game.
Same thing here. He's certainly going to hurt you from range if you keep giving him too much space.
With very little time played together.
This is Damion Lee. He's not a legit splash brother, but according to US law, the man is officially a splash brother in law. It's story time once again, guys, and in this video, let's learn a little bit more about Steph's brother-in-law, Damion Lee. Damion Lee was born on October 21st, 1992. He grew up close to his mom, Michelle, who worked as a registered nurse and was raised with the help of his grandma, Ruth, along with his mom's sisters. First on Long Island before permanently residing in Baltimore, Maryland. Damion grew up extremely close to his grandparents, and both of them acted as parental figures along with his mom. His grandmother, Ruth, whom he called Nanny, was his #1 fan and best friend. In fact, she moved to Baltimore from New York just to watch all the basketball games of Damion, as well as to hang out and watch movies with him. As a longtime Knicks fan, she was also the one who introduced the game of the two-time All-Star Allen Houston to the young Damion, and in return, he would emulate the moves of the former Knicks star as he grew up.
In the first quarter, Allen Houston was the guy that took everybody's name.
Ewing, Allen Houston ducks under, got it!
His supportive grandparents were always there for him throughout his young basketball journey, but all that changed when his grandpa, who he fondly calls Poppy, passed away when he was just 11, and his grandmother lost her battle with cancer in 2011. Despite this tough loss, his mother Michelle stepped up to the plate and supported him all the way, doing her best to attend all of Damion's games on top of covering 12-hour shifts in the hospital just to make ends meet. If you knew everything she did for me, you would want her to be your mom too. She's literally my everything. Fueled by the inspiration brought by his grandparents along with his ever-supportive mother, Damion dedicated his hoop dreams to his family as he began to excel in the hardwood court. He graduated from Calvert Hall College High School in Townsend, Maryland as a member of the second-team Baltimore Sun All-Metro and a first-team All-Baltimore Catholic selection. He continued to perform really well on the court when he played in St. Thomas More Prep School in Connecticut to the tune of 17 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists a ball game during the 2010-2011 season. With that kind of numbers, Damion received recognition yet again, this time as part of the first-team All-New England Preparatory School Athletic Council selection, and he led his team to a championship with a 30-7 win-loss record. Many Division I schools were on the lookout for Lee, but in the end, he would go on and choose to play at Drexel University in Philly. Over the first 2 seasons of his collegiate career, Damion remained consistent across the board and grabbed several tournament distinctions such as the CAA Rookie of the Year award and second-team All-CAA. Everything looked great on the court for Damion at this point, but little did he know that things were about to get even better, literally outside of it, as he met his future wife during a basketball game from the stands. According to his wife, Seidel Curry, she and Damion first locked eyes when she saw him walking up the stairs while she was sitting in the stands. When Damion was asked about their first encounter, he said that when he first saw her, he instantly knew back then that he was never going to forget that face. When asked what did Seidel find so special about Damion, here's what she had to say. "I knew from our first date, he was nobody that I had ever met. He was just so different in a sense that I couldn't read him. He was such a gentleman on our first date. Wouldn't let me walk close to the street when we were walking together. He was just so sweet. So from day one of us going on our date, I knew I wanted to be with him." The two would eventually engage in conversation and exchange numbers. From then on, Damion and Seidel became inseparable, and Lee would continue to court Seidel for 6 months before finally asking her to be his girlfriend officially. While it seems that Damion was on cloud 9 in his personal life and basketball career, things took an unexpected downturn when he suffered a season-ending ACL injury just 5 games into his 3rd year at Drexel. That injury didn't stop him though. He would come back even stronger the year after as a senior, averaging 21.4 points, which allowed him to rank 4th in the nation, but his statement season was cut short yet again, this time due to a fractured hand that forced him to retire early in the season. An ACL and a broken hand would make other players quit their hoop dreams at this juncture. But Damion Lee isn't just any type of player, and the word quit is not listed in his dictionary. For his final year in college, Lee doubled down and took a big leap over to one of the nation's Division I powerhouse schools in Louisville. As a starting guard for the Cardinals, Damion led the team in scoring with 15.9, and he also chipped in 3.9 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1.5 steals while shooting 42.8% from the field. The reason Damion transferred to Louisville was due to the fact that he wanted to experience being part of the NCAA tournament. However, this did not happen because of the self-imposed ban made by the school amid an NCAA investigation over a scandal that didn't involve Damion at all, and that was just really unfair. But unfazed by the couple of setbacks that he had, Lee was able to barge through all these hardships with his head held high. After a strong college career, Damion finally declared himself to be a part of the 2016 NBA draft. But just like the previous narrative, another setback hit Lee as none of the 30 teams took him in the draft. Damion, however, has already become so used to setbacks that it just became battle scars, which he would carry because, well, giving up was simply not an option. After going undrafted, Lee would join the Miami Heat for the 2016 NBA Summer League and Boston Celtics for the preseason. After not making the cut for the Celtics, Lee was relegated and acquired by the Celtics' G League affiliate, the Maine Red Claws. Throughout 16 games, Lee averaged about 18.6 rebounds and 3 assists while averaging 34 minutes per game. But just when he saw the NBA door open up for him, he suffered another ACL tear and ended his season prematurely once again. Whether it's his playing career or the injuries that he had to deal with, Lee's basketball journey has been like a yo-yo or a ping pong ball that keeps bouncing back and forth with no clear direction. While recovering from this injury, Lee got traded to the Santa Cruz Warriors, the G League affiliate to the Dubs. Coming off his second major knee injury, Damion finally got his groove back by averaging nearly 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. With these types of numbers that he had, his effort didn't go unnoticed. After not getting drafted in the 2016 draft, coupled with the second ACL injury that he had, Lee finally got the call up and signed a 10-day contract with the Hawks in March 2018, making him officially part of an NBA roster.
Lee hits a three for his first NBA bucket. Play with the Spurs. Schroeder. Corner for Lee. Bottoms.
In his NBA debut, Damion racked up 13 points, 4 boards, 2 assists, and 1 steal while shooting both 50% from the field and from 3. However, his impressive rookie year wasn't enough to earn him a contract in the following season, and it led him back to Santa Cruz, where he signed his first two-way contract with the Warriors. Looking back on things that happened in his career, he was not fazed by the fact that his NBA journey got delayed a bit as expected with all the obstacles that he had to hurdle. I'm 27, most people are in their prime, but I feel like I'm just starting to figure out who I am and what I can bring to a team. I was a late bloomer starting the game anyway. Probably should have listened to my mom more when I was younger, but everyone has their own story and has their own way of going about life. Some people get it early and some people get it late, but it's just a matter of when you get it, what you do with it. Lee would split his time between the Dubs and Santa Cruz around this point, but shined mostly in the G League, where he would average 20 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists while shooting 39.8% from 3. On July 19, 2019, Damion signed his two-way contract with the Dubs, and after his impressive showing during the time when the Dubs finished at the bottom of the heap, the Dubs finally handed Lee a multi-year contract just last year back in January. Now, as we all know, some people might say that he became part of the Warriors merely because of his association with his brother-in-law, Steph Curry. But for Lee, this was clearly not the case, and said in an interview that he became part of the Warriors because of his work ethic and the trials he overcame. I don't want that to be a crutch that's leaned on me, saying that I'm here because of whatever my family situation is. I just like that to be known. I want people to respect me. I work hard for this. At the end of the day, I've battled, I'm battle-tested. I've gone through a lot during my career to get to this point. I don't want anyone in the media, whether it's here, whether it's across the country, to disrespect me, to disrespect my family, to disrespect the front office here in Golden State for believing in me, for knowing my abilities, for knowing what I can do. At the end of the day, when I'm here in between the lines, my 9 to 5, this is my job. I'm thankful, I'm blessed, I'm healthy, I love my family. There's no family questions, there's nothing of that sort, because I've worked hard to get to this spot where I am. Damion Lee has a home now in the Bay Area with the Warriors. He's an integral piece of what might go down as one of the best NBA teams in history. But do y'all know someone else who had a rough time getting to the NBA? I'm talking about Gary Payton II. Just click right here, where I go over just how much tribulations the young glove had to go through to get where he is today. Just like Damion's story, this one is one that you don't want to miss. So just click here, watch the video, and like always, I'll be on the other side.